That's right. He's back. That's right. Alex Bregman played hero tonight against the Bronx Bombers, came into town for one game. And man, what a waste of a trip for them as they drop another game. The Astros went 7-2 in this 9 game stretch against the Yankees and the Mets. Luis Garcia did enough to stay on the mound, and Stanek came in, Montero came in, Presley came in. The bullpen looked sharp as always. We're going to talk about this. I am going to also talk about all the great fans and supporters of the show I met as well. If you're listening, you can't see it, but if you're watching, at the end of the show, the third segment, I'm going to spin the wheel on my phone, and we're going to pick the winner, the Jose Altuve 2019 ALCS MVP, and a couple Locked On Astros magnets. You know what? Let's quit talking about it. Let's get going.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we are your daily Astros podcast. I'm H-Town Wheelhouse. You can find me at H-Town Wheelhouse on Twitter and Instagram, and at Stros411 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive, always Stros. You can find me at Stros411. You can find me at Locked On Astros on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And Eric the Man Huysman, our co-host, who will be returning Sunday, I believe. Eric Talks Stros on Twitter. You can also find him, Eric Huysman, on Instagram as well. Man, what a night. I've got so many things to talk about. Not too much, though, just like good things, okay? Alex Bregman, Luis Garcia, 7-2 record. The amazing fan interaction I had tonight, literally meeting some of y'all for the first time, listeners from Los Angeles that were in town. I mean, blown away. And I am so humbled by your response and your reception whenever we see you, whenever I see you in public. It is humbling. It is just I love you guys so much. I love this audience. I love Locked On Astros Nation, and I really hope that we're spreading the word and we're getting more out there, because we have been gaining subscribers left and right, and that's because of you, our Locked On Astros Nation. We couldn't do it without you. We do it because of you, and we want to bring you the best content. So thank you so much for taking part. And Jay Roberts, I saw him tonight. He gave me something. I'm not going to reveal what it is, but there's something else he added to the giveaway pot that we have. Remember, we got the 2017 World Series ring towards the end of the season. We've got another bobblehead to give away, I believe. And then he gave me one of the ring giveaways. So it's going to be really cool. Tonight, again, third segment, I'm going to spin the wheel. I got everybody's name in there. Just do one spin of the wheel. If it calls your name and you're listening, I'll look back to see whether you were from Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. I'll reach out to you. You and I will exchange information, and we'll go from there. So let's get started. Let's talk about this game. This game was a 2-1 game. And if you were at the game this evening, if you're listening to Friday, if you were at the game Thursday night, it was very much a playoff atmosphere. It was packed, and it was an absolutely packed house. It was a big mixture of Yankees fans with Astros fans. Um, some some kids, the Booker brothers, I'll call them, they had this sign and it said 2015 check, 2017 check, 2019 check, and it said 2022 soon to come, basically showing it to all the Yankees fans. It was great. Fans were yelling Yankees suck, but the fans between both teams were really getting along. It was an amazing atmosphere. First pitch was 5:11. The game took 2 hours and 54 minutes. The attendance, 40,674. Wow. That was a playoff atmosphere. And I've been to several playoff games in my time. It was phenomenal. Jay Thu is asking, where can I find a Jeremy Pena Space City jersey? Dude, I went to the gift shop today and they were stocked. They have Pena, they have Brantely, they have McCullers, they have Tucker. I believe I saw Alvarez. I mean, you can go by the gift shop on during the day. So if you can't go to the game tomorrow night, but you're in Houston, you can go to the gift shop until 4 o'clock. They close at 4 before the game. If you have a game ticket, obviously you can go and win. You're there at the game, but go to the gift shop. They have a ton of them. They have been stocking up. So let's get to the game. Let's talk about this. Um, dude, Alex Bregman, this guy is totally back. He is, and some people say, "Oh, come on, temper your expectations." No, I'm not going to temper my expectations. It was the bottom of the third. The bases were loaded. I mean, the bases were freaking loaded. And let's go through that. And let's not just talk about Alex Bregman's hit. Let's talk about what led up to Alex Bregman's hit. Okay. Um, you had Kyle Tucker walked, Jake Myers. Let's see. Hold on. Let me look at this real quick. My apologies. Here we go. We are going to go to from here. Oh my God. I have never read this before on air, so I'm not going to do it. I just know Alex Bregman doubled. Bases were loaded. Okay, Aledmys Diaz scored. Kyle Tucker was on third, and Jake Myers scored. So those two guys scored. It was phenomenal. It's a lot different. I'll be real honest with you. Commentating on the game and giving you a post game wrap, going to the game, and then actually sitting at home. When I sit at home, I'm able to observe everything in the game. When I'm at the park, I'm talking to people, I'm interacting, and sometimes I miss some details. So I do apologize if my mind is fuzzy as to where certain things happened. So thank you for being forgiving, and thank you for being great, amazing followers. Hey, look, we got 69 viewers, 69, bro. Anyways, sorry, the old that's an old Bill and Ted thing. If you remember from the 80s. That's right. You young kids don't know about that. Go watch Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It's an amazing movie about history. See, I'm a history teacher by day. Anyways, so Alex Bregman gets up, and that ball was, I would say, 3 feet below the yellow line. I mean, he was feet away, maybe a couple degrees launch angle away from a freaking grand slam. It was absolutely great. I've got it right here on my phone. I don't know if I posted it on Twitter. I think I did. So if you follow me on Twitter, go check that out. Share it out with everybody, maybe with your Yankee fans, friends. And it's just one of those things where the Astros didn't need many runs. Coming into the game, let's think about this. You're without Michael Brantely. You're without Yordan Alvarez. You're without Jeremy Pena. Now, an interesting thing, Chandler Rome tweeted out, I guess a little while ago, that Yordan Alvarez and Jeremy Pena were both available tonight, but they wouldn't give any further like insight as to what was going on or how long they're going to be out. So the Yankees come in here, and if I were to tell you the Yankees are playing us, we've got 3 of our big bats in the lineup that are out. We got Jake Myers, we got Aledmys Diaz, and I mean, guess who got the first hit of the game? Aledmys Diaz. I mean, this guy comes in, and when he's not hurt, when he's out on the field and he's getting regular bats, I mean, he was 1 for 3. He did have 2 strikeouts, but he had a walk and he scored a run. Without that run that he scores, it's a 1-1 game, and we're still at the stadium in an extra innings game. So, I mean, the Astros only had 3 hits. Luis Severino pitched one hell of a game. 6 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 3 hits. Now, Luis Garcia comes in. He's now 6-5. Okay, 5 1/3 innings. I was hoping he would last longer. He did have 6 strikeouts. He gave up the 1 solo home run. I'm wondering if y'all think if Dusty pulled him a little too soon or if that was the right move. Obviously, Stanek came in for the hold. Hey, friend of the show, if you haven't seen the Ryan Stanek interview, go back and check it out. He was gracious enough to check out or to allow us to interview him on his off day while he was in New York. That's a really cool interview. Go check it out. Great insight. So Stanek came in. Hector Neris came in for a full inning, had a strikeout. All the relievers got strikeouts. Rafael Montero. So Stanek got a hold. Neris got a hold. Montero got a hold. And Presley got a save. 2 strikeouts. It was a dominant performance by this bullpen. Jake Myers got a hit tonight. Bregman got a hit. And I said Bregman had a multi-hit game. For some reason, I thought Bregman had 1 other hit, and I put that in the description. So that's my bad. I do apologize. Nobody got a multi-hit game tonight. So I'm pretty sure some of y'all that follow the Astros as closely as we do are like, he's not right about that. So my apologies. But let's look at this. Luis Garcia, 101 pitches in 5 1/3 innings. He threw a lot of pitches. Umpires, there were some calls that were questionable, but that's always going to happen. But 63 of the 101 pitches were strikes. He did induce 14 swings and misses, which is really good. He had a 33% whiff percentage on his changeup, which he only threw 8 of. Sorry. He on his cutter, he threw 41. He had 25% whiff percent, and four seam fastball, he threw 39 pitches, the 21% whiff rate on that. So that's really, really good. Yeah, exactly, Craig. And that's why he got pulled. I wish he could have lasted longer and not had as many pitches. Otherwise, they would have kept him out there. He was ready to come out, Jay. Those were high leverage innings. That's a lot of stress. And the last thing you want to do is break a guy. But man, talking about Montero, this guy coming in, oh my God, he is my favorite relief pitcher. This guy is electric. He just absolutely owns that space that he's in. I mean, this guy comes in, he induces 3 whiffs. He throws 12 pitches, 6 sinkers, 3 sliders, 2 changeups, and 1 four-seam fastball, topped out at 97 miles an hour. Or his max, his max velo was 97.1. His slider came in at 88. Got two whiffs on 3 swings. So this guy's missing bats, and when you've got guys missing bats as pitchers, that is the name of the game. And mark my words, kids, mark my words. The Yankees bullpen, although they've been stellar this year against the league, they don't have our bullpen. The Yankee starters, although they have Garrett Cole and Nestor Cortez, they don't have our star. I mean, we've got to have the deepest pitching staff. I mean, we still have 2 very good starting pitchers that are on the shelf. And yes, I use the word very good and Jake Odorizzi, because before he got injured, he was pitching very well. He looked all the part of the 2019 season, I believe, where he was an all-star. And it's just one of those things. Jay Roberts says this. He says, I'm hoping Abreu is headed to where Montero and Stanek are now. He's had a breakout season. Brian Abreu, there's a reason. There's a reason why they have not let him go in any of these trades. But if you're going to bet on whether the Astros and Yankees are going to be in the ALCS, I would probably think that's a pretty good bet. I need you to go to betonline.net. It's the number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. And after this, we're going to talk about Alex Bregman, and I want to talk about some superlatives that I put out there on Twitter and ask fans to vote for, and you'll hear about that next. Find all the latest sports developments, league reviews, news, including this year's NHL and Major League Baseball drafts. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering information, including live betting, esports, and scores. The BetOnline.net remains the best spot for all your sports scores, podcasts, and news this season. BetOnline.net is the fastest and easiest way to check on all of your favorite sports this season: MMA, boxing, and golf. Head to the website today or use your mobile device and learn more about the trends and action. BetOnline, where the game starts. Now, one of the things I like to do is I like to get a pulse of where people think this team is. And so I went ahead and I talked about superlatives for the month of June. And I really think one of them, maybe they all have obvious answers. I don't know. But I thought they were really good questions to ask for you guys. I wanted to discuss them on the show. So I'm going to take a little turn here. We'll get back to Alex Bregman. I said right here, who would you say the best starting pitcher in June is? Justin Verlander, like he basically outlasted Framber Valdez. Justin Verlander had 39% of the votes. Framber Valdez had 35 at second. Christian Javier had 24. For a while there, Christian Javier was leading. Christian Javier has 10 fewer strikeouts than Justin Verlander, I believe, and he's pitched like 20 or 30 less innings or something. Like his strikeout rate is up there. So Christian Javier could get an honorable mention there. Framber Valdez is phenomenal, but Justin Verlander, I mean, this guy's doing things that, that not many pitchers are doing. The month of Wyun, what? I don't know what you're saying. The month of June, buddy. Astros best pitching performance in June. I had these as the options: combined no hitter, the Garcia and Matan immaculate inning, Framber's 8 shutout innings recently, and Verlander's 12 strikeouts versus Seattle. Okay. Adrian, I will answer that question here in a second. And the number one answer was the combined no hitter, because the fact that 3 of them did it. It was the second one. It was the best performance because those other relief pitchers that came in, they had to step up in a big way. In second place was the Garcia Matan immaculate inning. I mean, that's never going to happen in our lifetime. You're never going to see that again. You may not see another immaculate inning like the rest of the year. I mean, those things don't happen. And then I had the best offensive player in the June. I'll ask y'all. And of course, if you're listening in the car, you can't really answer back, but you can type in the chat room. And that's why you got to join us live. That's why you get subscribed to our YouTube channel. We got like about 100 and something people right now watching. The best offensive player in June, it was 97% Yordan Alvarez to 3% Jose Altuve. I put Bregman and Tucker in there. I put Bregman in there because he's heating up. I put Tucker in there just because I love his bat. I love what he does. But Yordan Alvarez is hands down. That's right. Back BC Crypto says, yeah, Yordan. I mean, hands down, it's Yordan Alvarez. The month of June. Oh, okay. I get what you're getting at there, guy. Okay, my bad. So June's offensive player of the year, according to Locked On Astros listeners, is Yordan Alvarez. I believe he's going to be American League Player of the Month. If he's not, it's absolutely insane. Let me answer a couple questions here, and I'll read the questions so those y'all listening can hear. Ellie Leal says, "Do you think Hunter Brown will debut soon?" Well, let me tell you something. Hunter Brown tonight was lighting up the K box on the scoreboard. He was crushing it. Let me see if I can get to his little thing from the Space Cowboys. I mean, he is absolutely killing it tonight. He was on the mound and he had just another, get this, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Hunter Brown, 7 strikeouts tonight. He's throwing absolute smoke. Okay. It is unbelievable what this kid brings, and he needs to be up. I don't know. Here's the thing. You can't bring him up before it's a 40-man roster thing. You can't bring him up before McCullers. You can't bring him up before Odorizzi. But does Hunter Brown make sense to be on the playoff roster? Yes, he does. Now, some unfortunate news. Sean Dubin just went on the IL with the forearm strain. Sean Dubin, friend of the show, we've interviewed him, talked to him several times at the stadium. Forearm strain. He's been throwing 100-mile-an-hour pitches. Forearm strain is not a good thing. It's not a good injury. Where I'm hoping for the best with that injury. I had picked him as my second pitcher to be called up at some point this season to help out. Adrian's asking, what do y'all think is our biggest threat the rest of the year out? I mean, the rest of the year, I mean, we play the Yankees in a doubleheader, I think, but it's not like I think we play them in a series. I'll have to look at the schedule. I don't have it memorized. Sorry. I know you guys like, how do you not have the schedule memorized? Trust me. I've gained more baseball knowledge this year than I've ever had, and it's hard to keep it all in my head. That's a good question. I don't know who our biggest threat is. Our biggest threat is whoever's hot in the playoffs when we get there. How's that? Because, I mean, last year, nobody picked the Braves. I mean, the Locked On Braves guy, the media, nobody picked the Braves. Everybody picked the Astros to win the World Series over the Braves. The Braves probably didn't think they were going to win. Well, maybe they were the only people on the planet that realistically thought, and their Homer fans. But realistically, it was really kind of what the Nationals did to us, which sucks. But, I mean, it's whatever team is the hottest team is going to be and maybe that's me taking the easy road. So I apologize if I'm avoiding the question by answering the question, but it's got to be the Yankees. Okay, so July 21st and 22nd, July 21st through the 22nd, we play the Yankees here. Plus, there's also a doubleheader. So, yeah, I think in the playoffs, in the American League, our biggest threat is just going to be the Yankees. I mean, look at the way these games are played. Anthony Rizzo hit a home run. good thing wasn't anybody on base. I mean, they got that guy for a bucket of chicken and some mashed potatoes, and he's killing it. He's having an amazing year. Like 21 home runs now. I mean, Anthony Rizzo is like the real deal. Like, why Chicago let him go for as little? I mean, just let him walk for basically nothing for chicken scratch. I mean, Chicago must hate baseball now because they let all their good people get away. Now people are talking about Ian Happ being a trade piece, and some people in Houston are like, let's get Ian Happ. That would be insane. Ian Happ is having an all-star season. That's right. Astros have proven we're the team to beat. Just don't get cold in the playoffs. That's a key, man. Dude, Johan, you hit that on the head, bro. And he's one of our entrants in the contest tonight. That is so true, man. You can be hot all season. Look, I think it's great we went 7-2. I think it's great so far. We've won the regular season so far against both New York teams, but none of that matters when you get to the playoffs. Okay. Look, last year I coached seventh grade girls basketball, had an amazingly talented team, from my starters to my bench players, and we ran the table. I mean, we were 10-0. We got all the way to the district championship, and we got beat by our rival, who we had beat the first game of the season on a buzzer beater on their court. We get to the playoffs, and I knew this team and the way they're coached, they got better. And when they got us in the championship game, they beat us by 4 points, 2 baskets. This same school has beat me twice in 2 different district championships. Sorry, I coach seventh grade sports. I'm not like an AAU coaching national ranked kids, but that was all because of the way they played then. My team, both times I played them and lost to them in those seasons, our team was better, but their team played better. Their team was better prepared at the moment. This team, though, prepares. This team won't have the issues they had last year. Bregman's hand was basically broken, y'all. Lance McCullers went out. If Bregman's healthy and Lance McCullers is healthy and stays in, and Jake Myers doesn't get hurt, I mean, they easily could have won that. Now, the Braves are banged up too. You can make excuses, but all I'm saying is the bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. We can't be unhealthy when we get to the playoffs. We have to be firing on all cylinders. The relief pitchers have to hold the line. The starters are absolutely killing the Yankees right now. They're going, I mean, Luis Garcia only went 5 1/3 innings, but it didn't matter today because the freaking bullpen picked him up. And that's what the bullpen does. That's what relief pitchers do. Ryan Stanek said, he's always ready to pitch. It doesn't matter what the game situation is, that he's always ready. He didn't really start getting ready till the 5th. When I saw him going, I was like, that's Ryan Stanek. And I'm like looking at people. Hey, I interviewed that guy. I was like bragging. I was totally name dropping tonight. But he had the 5 hardest thrown pitches, 99.5 all the way to 99.9. And when he gets to 99.5, I believe they register as 100 on the clock at home. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. That's right. Johan says that Lance is going to play a crucial role in the playoffs. Ooh, man. You want to talk about a game. Giancarlo Stanton hit a ball 160 miles an hour. Jake Myers hit a ball 107 miles an hour. Alex Bregman's had the furthest ball hit, but didn't even have the highest velocity ball hit in the park. I mean, and his almost went out of the stadium, it seemed like. It was on a freak. It was a laser. Who is this saying that? Who hit one? Oh, okay. He hit 103 times. Thank you, Bellin. I appreciate it. All right. So he hit it 3 times. So maybe they did the 99.7. Those 2 pitches in the 99.9, they registered as 100 on the gun. So there you go. Let's see under the cap. Okay, so this is my all-star cap. And sorry if you're listening, you can't see it. Oh, man. Good Lord. You want to see my receding hairline. So here's the all-star hat. No, that's not an asterisk. There's all-star game patch. Then they got the sweet, like, LA palm trees, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. There's the all-star hat. See how I hid my receding hairline to keep it looking sweet, fresh? There you go. No cap. All right. Trust. All right. So do I think Myers, okay, this is a good question. Do I think Myers has a chance to be a star? Well, I mean, okay, let's I think anybody. I mean, Miles Straw. I mean, I know he's not having like an amazing year, but he just signed a 5 year, what, 50 something. I mean, he just signed like a big old contract, right? He has a chance to be a star. I think anybody has a chance to be a star in this league. It all comes up to opportunities, and when you have those opportunities, what do you do with them? Remember, Jake Meyer started hot, and he got cold towards the end. Then he got the shoulder injury. So we don't know which Jake we're going to get this year. We don't know if we're going to get hot hitting Jake. We don't know if we're going to get cooled off Jake. We definitely have healthy Jake, and that's the best Jake to have. Okay, 5 years, 25 million, Miles Straw. I could not. I was thinking it was 85, but that was Lance McCullers. That was his contract. So my apologies. But I just really think that Myers does have the potential to be someone, to be a star. But when and how and where, I don't know. I don't even. Maybe that's not on this team. Maybe it is. But we've got Pedro Leon, we've got Emmanuel Valdez, we've got Corey Jokes, we've got so many outfielders. I mean, they say our farm system's weak, but at the end of the day, we have a ton. We have a ton of talent. He does need to play more. All right. Um, Look at this guy. Adrian's got jokes. He goes hotel, Trivago, receding hairline, Built Bar. Maybe I need to have you write some scripts for us, sir. DM me some scripts to read on air, and I'll see if I can get it passed to the big guy. No, not that big guy. Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to go there. We don't need his approval because we don't work for him. But the Houston Astros are now. Oh my God, guys, they're sitting so well. Right now, they're like 48-27. They are absolutely dominating the American League West. And let's look at the standings. Let's see how many games we are up tonight. I don't even care what the Angels did. They're coming to town. I hope we beat the crap out of them. 48-27, 641 percentage. We've won 3 in a row, plus 73 run differential. We're 11 and a half games above Texas. I mean, the Angels aren't even in. Guys, the Angels have got to be the Angels are to Major League Baseball what the Texans have been to the NFL. I mean, can we say that? They I mean, even when the Texans had stars, they found a way to screw it up. The freaking Angels, like I'll be watching these highlights of Otani hitting a home run, and the Angels hit back to back to back home runs, and Otani had 12 strikeouts, and they lose 9-5. That, that oh my gosh, I feel for Angels fans. I've talked to some of the Locked On Angels hosts. They've had a couple changing, moving parts there, here and there, but man, oh my gosh, actually, the A's only have 25 wins. We're talking about they have a 32.5 winning percentage. If the Oakland A's are still the Oakland A's in 3 seasons, I'll be shocked. I will be shocked that if they don't move to LA with their football team, I mean, my son was laughing at their attendance because they haven't even had they've had hardly 300,000 people, and I don't even know how they had that many. I mean, what are they counting? Like, are they counting people twice? It's pretty sad what's going on. I mean, Texas. I mean, dude, our division is complete trash. I really thought you know, look, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in the Mariners. I'm disappointed in the Angels. The Texas Rangers, give them some credit. They're only 2 games under 500. I mean, they're 5-5 in their last 10. I mean, they're actually they're better away than they are on the road. And so, anyways, I digress. Yeah, future Astro Shohei Otani. I doubt that very much. In the World Series, I want to see the Mets. I want to see the Mets at full strength. Yes, I want to see Scherzer. I want to see DeGrom. You want the best against the best, and I want to see the Astros beat them. I want to beat a New York team. I don't want to beat LA. I don't want to play San Diego. That's the team I don't want to play. I know they like win one playoff game, or they get to like first round. Everybody thinks they won the World Series, but that's a team that I think we need to watch out for. Boston, I think there's still little false potatoes there. All right, we're at 29 minutes, so I've held this off long enough. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Jose Altuve, right here, 2019 ALCS MVP bobblehead. It's never been opened. Has the Coca-Cola sponsorship. I don't think you can get a game ticket, Coca-Cola, and a hot dog for $20 from this. that might be expired. It's from 2020, or nobody attended those games, and a couple of Locked On Astros magnets. I've got. Oh yeah, we'll talk about Mark Appel here in a second. I narrowly missed an interview with him for the show, and I'm still going to try to get him on. So I've got all these people. I'll try to run through them real quick. Rip, Ryan, Melissa, and these are some of these are Twitter handles: Tianta, Mark V, Willis Nillis, Kevin Martinez, Talking Baseball, Texas Talking Baseball, Wilbur Guzman, Par H Town, Bella Barbosa, Steve Velasquez, X Factor Marlin, Serenas Diaz, Eichmann, Augie Marcus, George Blanchard, Rich Windhorst, C. Buckman, Craig Na, William Walters, Teague Witzberger, Kyle P, Mark Shaw, Kyle, I had someone twice, and Johan Dyke. Okay, so I called everybody's. No. I'm calling everybody's name who is on this list. So this is what I'm going to do. You can see it right here. Of course, you can't see it if you're listening. I'm going to tap to spin. All right, and all I'm going to do, and you can see 0 results. I haven't even pressed it yet. Okay, 0 results. It has 26 entries, so you have a 1 in 26 chance to win. All right. Are y'all ready? Will I be at the next game, July 21st? The Yankees game. I don't see why not. I definitely want to be at the doubleheader for sure. All right, here we go. Let's see who wins. See if it says it. Boom. And the winner is Marcus. Marcus. Now, I'll have to go back and see which Marcus that is, but Marcus is the winner. I'm going to screenshot that. Y'all saw that I did not spin it more than twice. I only spun it once. It was Marcus. Um, right now, I don't have any Locked On Astros stickers. What I may do in the future is if you send me your address and you enter, I may see if I can send out some stickers, but that may get expensive for me. So let me hold off on committing to that. But Marcus, I don't know where Marcus came from, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, so I'll have to look him up. So thank you so much. JG Stan. Oh, that's you, JG Stan? Wow, cool, man. All right, good deal. Well, if you're on Twitter, email me, or if you sent us an email, send me another email saying I'm Marcus or whatever. But you better be Marcus, because if someone says they're fake Marcus, then I'm gonna come after you. Anyways, I'm joking. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and look at tomorrow's game, since this is the last game I'll be this week. Now, I'm going to give y'all a little schedule update for me. Next week, I will not be here on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. We are going to be going out of town, and so Eric's going to take over. I've made him aware of this. He knows, and so he will be doing some solo shows. You'll get to see him. You'll probably tired of hearing me, but nonetheless, I wanted to give y'all a heads up. So tomorrow's game is a 7-10 game, Astros versus Angels, Christian Javier versus Michael Lorenzen. Lorenzen is 6-5, Javier's 5-3. So that's the matchup tomorrow night. We don't know if thank you. We don't know if Yordan or Jeremy Pena will be back. We know Brantely's probably not going to be back for several games. If it were me, I wouldn't even play Brantely before the All-Star game. There would be no point. Yeah, definitely. Man, thanks for hanging out, Edward. I appreciate y'all. I mean, it means a ton to me that you guys interact. And I just want to say this. So I met Jan Presley tonight. Jan Presley is Ryan Presley's mother, and she follows me. She follows the show on Facebook. I mean, on Twitter. And a friend of mine who's local said, "Hey, you need to meet up with us at the game." And she was like, "Jan Presley is here, and she wants to meet you." I'm like, "She wants to meet me? I'm just like a normal guy." She came up, she gave me a big hug. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I love your content. I love the show." And on my way down to this Twitter meetup, like I was stopped by like 4 different people, like taking pictures with people, high fiving them. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me that you guys would take your time to pull me aside and tell me how much you enjoy our show, how much you enjoy Eric and I and our commentary, because we put our heart and our soul into this, and we do our best. We do our best to to give y'all the best. Oh, Edward, I'm working on that. Trust me. Y'all don't even know. Like, I'm not even gonna tell you all the interviews I'm working on. I'm always working on an interview. I promise you that. I am like the Astros minor league analytics department. I would leave no stone unturned. So that's just how I roll, man. It's not about where you're at; it's about where you're going. Robert Flores will be, actually, Jay. I'm glad you mentioned that. Robert Flores will, well, cross your fingers, knock on wood. He told me that around the All Star break he would be good to come on. So we look like we're going to get Roflo around the All Star break. I'm going to also try to bring Ben Verlander back. Our friend Clay Hensley, who we've had on several times, former World Series winning pitcher with the Giants, with the Padres, with the Marlins. He's from Pearland High School. He's now a part of the AT&T Sportsnet broadcasting team, and him and I have been messaging back and forth. He's actually in California right now, but we're going to get him on. Maybe one of those days that Eric goes solo, he can bring Clay Hensley on. Clay's done a phenomenal job. He's been on pregame and postgame if you've watched him. So check that out. Mike Stanton, I'm always talking to him, trying to find out ways to get him on. So let me tell you, man, I promise you, we are always looking and plugging to get good guests on our show and give y'all the best content. So if you're going to go to the game this weekend, I'm not going to be there, but I hope you have fun. Throw up the H, take some pictures, tag us on social media, on Instagram, on Twitter. Let us know you're repping the H. Let us know you're repping the Locked On Astros, and we will definitely make sure that we have a good show, because Sunday we'll get to talk about all the great things we did against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So for myself, for Eric the Man Huysman that's not here, and all of Locked On Astros Nation, I'm H-Town Wheelhouse. Thank you so much. You guys fill my heart with joy, and it's a pleasure to be your podcast go-to Astros spot for everything Houston Astros. Remember, we are your team every day. Go Stros.